promise you, this applause can get lots better if we have a few whistles, if we have a few, what do I say, mouthing of encouragement, if we have a bit of yays and wows, because I know it's your friends and your family members will be walking up on stage to collect awards, but I know it's too early in the evening, so we're going to slowly push that into the latter part of tonight, alright? But ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to boil down to the nitty-gritties and to begin this evening with greetings from the URS Media Consulting and Asia One magazine. A very good evening once again to all of you. On behalf of the entire URS Media and Asia One family, my name is Kubra Seth and I take the honor of welcoming all you esteemed ministers, guests of honor, dignitaries and award participants from across India who have graced this occasion with your presence. URS Media is a leading international media house today with a business and news publication in print and online versions, and we are known popularly as Asia One. Spreading the power of information through both print and electronic media, we are also now proud to say that we have a presence on the iOS and Android platforms, which gives us the accessibility to 2 billion smartphones across the world. Asia One caters to the business and news information needs of readers in 7 countries, namely, to start with India, UAE, Oman, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and Saudi Arabia. URS Asia One is a part of the United World Groups Holdings LLC, which is a conglomerate which is based in the UAE. It's based in Singapore, and of course we have offices in India. We consult for media consulting, publishing, real estate, gems and jewels. We've had a tremendous success with this brand and this evening across several conclaves. The first one started in Dubai in the year 2015. We saw it visually become even more grand in the year 2016 in Abu Dhabi. It was the year 2016 when I saw myself associated with this beautiful evening of winners and achievers from across the country, right here at Taj Lands End. We traveled together to Singapore. Recently we had another measure of the same kind in Abu Dhabi. And well, ladies and gentlemen, what an honor to be back here in India, in Mumbai, the maximum city, with all you maximum winners. So well, I guess this is the time for us to once again have this beautiful smile on our face and welcome ourselves with a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pride to have you here as we establish ourselves at a strong platform, the Pride of the Nation series and the 2nd edition of India's Greatest Brands and Leaders 2017 process. Viewers, and we've got winners who have been shortlisted by the PricewaterhouseCoopers here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're truly honored to have amongst us this wide array of winners. Today, what do we have in store for you? We start with the Guest of Honor Awards, the Knight of Honor Diplomacy Awards, the Global Indian of the Year, followed by 2 panel discussions, making dynamic business strategies, how businesses today are transforming after demonetization, and GST, 2 of the most discussed topics across social media, across papers, and across the world. I'm blessed, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Mr. Deol sitting in front of me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the second panel discussion will be breaking the stereotypes and reaching pinnacles. Are women turning into role models for men today? Is that true? Do you agree?
Yes.
It took you a while, and the beauty of that thought was that the men actually said yes. So let's give all the men in this room a huge round of applause. Thank you. We're going to get into that and delve into that a little deeper. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have felicitations and awards in the following categories: India's Greatest Brands and Leaders for the year 2017, Asia One 40 Most Influential Indians Under 40, the Black Swan Bollywood Awards, India's Greatest CSR Brands, the Top Women Achievers of the Year, India's Greatest CEO, CFO, CMO, CDO, CHRO, and CTO, followed by dinner. So it's good that we have dinner at the end of it. But also the amazing thing is that we've got so many achievers under one roof tonight, and that is definitely not something that happens every day. So ladies and gentlemen, we've also got a very interesting showcase, which is going to be the Indian Junior Players League. It's a talent hunt which is currently in its second league, and we have presentations and further dinner discussions. But ladies and gentlemen, by the end of this evening, we're going to request you to kindly provide us with your bites, because we're going to make a beautiful AV which is going to remain in our hearts and is going to be out on social media, and we would love you to be a part of that endeavor. To commence this evening and the celebrations for 70 years of independence, we would like to request a few guests to join us on stage for the lighting of the lamp ceremony. We would like to first and foremost invite on stage Mr. Rajat Shukal, the principal partner, URS Media and Isha One Magazine. We've got Sir Dharmender Deol sir, Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Mr. Dinesh Kapoor, Director IJPL and Managing Director Fitness World, to kindly come on stage and help us with the lighting of the lamp. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for starting this evening with the auspicious lighting of the lamp. We've always believed that Dr. Mustafa, would you please be kind enough to join us on stage, sir? Thank you very much for joining us. This light that is being lit on center stage is the symbol of more than just a physical being. It's about spiritually awakening all our deepest desires and making sure that we as people are able to spread the light, not just within this room but outside, make a difference with what we do. And I guess as entrepreneurs, as CEOs, as CFOs, CDOs, this is one of our primal focus as people, to be able to make the lives of other people much better. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, I'm going to request you to kindly take your seats. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Shukal, before you leave, I'm going to request you to kindly welcome the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, my script says some wonderful things. I'm going to not just stick to this, but I'm going to say that over the years of interacting with you, sir, I have never ever met anybody who's more grounded, who's constantly striving to achieve better. And I guess it's an endeavor to bring such wonderful people and souls together under one roof. So ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you, Mr. Rajat Shukal.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
You know, Kubra, thank you for the kind words. You know, even though my wife is in the audience, but I must say I'm very fond of you. And, you know, I'm fond of you the way you host our shows in the past as well. And, you know, you're an international host today. You've been on stage and on cinema on stage as well. You were part of the movie Sultan with none other than Mr. Salman Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have all of you here, especially Dharmender sir, Ashish ji, the MD and CEO for BSC India, and all the guests, Dr. Mustafa, all of you, Piramal, Dr. Bushru. It's an honor. Tapan Singhal ji from Bajaj Allianz, and you know, it's such an honor. Before I begin, you know, let me share a couple of thoughts with you and the entire vision of this entire summit and all the summits that we do. It'll be interesting to lay the foundation for the evening, and before we start with the awards and the panel discussions. It'll be a very interesting evening, and you know, before I start, also His Excellency from Sweden is here. Thank you so much for being here, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here. This is the second edition of the Pride of the Nation Summit, and you know, the most important people are right now on the other side of the room, because each one of you who comes here makes us successful, and that's the reason why we have these successful business summits. That's the only reason why we are a successful media house based in the UAE, India and Singapore. And it's an honor to have you here. Also recently, And through this journey, we've also been instrumental in taking the India brand high, and I'll talk about it further as well. Having said this, as the name suggests, Asia One, this is an endeavor to bring Asia onto one platform for growth, for investments, for opportunities. And Pride of the Nation Summit, India's Greatest Brands and Leaders, is an opportunity where we get so many of you from multiple industries under one roof in India. We also hold these summits in Dubai, Singapore, and then Mumbai. And I'm happy to tell you over 1,800 delegates have been part of our summit. I also would like to touch upon, the rise of India right now as a growth engine for the world. And, what India has been achieving and creating both domestically and globally is huge. And this entire vision in action definitely goes to one India's greatest leader, whom we are also featuring as the Global Indian of the Year, which is our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji. Whether his vision on digitalization, Swachh Bharat, Skill India, he's a visionary, he's a man of action, he's one of the most charismatic political leaders of modern times. And we hold ourselves responsible in taking his transformation further to the Asian continent by covering features on what the government is doing in all these areas. What we are doing as a media house, I must share with you, my friend is here, Dr. Mustafa Sasa. He's also the brand ambassador for Vibrant Gujarat to UAE and the GCC. And he and I have been discussing, and we all have been discussing that it's time that Asia One would here, right in front of you, launch or have the opportunity to launch an economic forum, which we would like to call the Asian Economic and Social Forum. And Dr. Mustafa Sasa and I have been meeting many governments, many delegations throughout the region of Southeast Asia, Middle East and GCC to discuss the Asian Economic and the Social Forum, which would not only talk about taking India, because we are all from this soil, so definitely India is the highest on our agenda, but we would like to take Asia to the next level and today compare it with some of the most developed continents of the world. And in fact, that's what India's Greatest Brands and Leaders talks about, where, ladies and gentlemen, I would want you to subconsciously think of greatest brands, and suddenly you start thinking of the American and the European brands, because nobody is really showcasing the Indian brands. But today, when the world Googles India's Greatest Brands and Leaders, the showcase that Asia One is showing over the years of these Indian brands, of yourselves who are sitting here, is immense. And that's the kind of reach we want to create. As Kubra was mentioning earlier, we are not only on print media now, we are equally aggressive on social media. We're equally aggressive on the online version, we're equally aggressive on the mobile app. And subsequently, India's Greatest Brands and Leaders is a rigorous research, of not only the iconic, but the powerful and the emerging brands of India as well, which we showcase every year. And the process review is also by PricewaterhouseCoopers. They've been instrumental in helping us, giving out a credible listing every year. Having said this, we own 2 more intellectual properties, which is called the Asia's Greatest Brands and Leaders, which we conduct in Singapore every year. In fact, this year it's going to be on 29th of January 2018. I also would like to welcome you on that. And ladies and gentlemen, what do I say? There are over 100 awards to be given out, so we would also want to start as soon as we can. And it's all about you being recognized today, this evening. And I also want to talk about one more initiative which is very, very close to our heart, which is the Indian Junior Players League, which is the IGPL Talent Hunt, which is who just conducted their first league in Dubai from 19 to 29 September. And the fascinating thing is that these are kids from the age group of 14 to 17 who were given an opportunity to play in Dubai for the first league. There were 16 teams from 16 states of India. After 6 months, during 6 months, the selection process was conducted in 22 cities. And finally, I've been told Dehradun, state won the final match. It's very, very exciting. As a state, it's part of India as well, and we're very dear to it. In fact, I'd also like to talk about Mr. Dinesh Kapoor, Dr. Dinesh Kapoor, who's here with us today. He's the Managing Director for IJPL. And I think his team is going to make some presentations later on as well. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to have all of you. Dharmendra sir, I can't say anything about him. Anything that is said is less. He's an icon, he's a mentor. I spent a lot of time in Dubai. I was telling him, sir, I know so many Arabs who don't understand Hindi very clearly, but they sleep after watching one of your movies every night. So, thank you so much, sir. I'm sure you've, enlightened the occasion by being here, and we'll also request a little later to hear a few words from you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everybody. Pleasure to have you here.